Hello everybody once again, this is AikawaKazu. Welcome back to another video here. Today I'll be doing a comprehensive review or overview of Alchemist Code. This is the global version, by the way. So, the first thing that you'll notice about Alchemist Code here is its high quality voice acting. Even though it doesn't really last throughout the entire game, or you're playing through the story, but you can see that every unit, this one voiced by Kaneki from Tokyo Ghoul. Oh yep, and this is my favorite unit here, Lufia. She's basically a lolly, I guess, but she's not a tsundere lolly, so that's a good thing. And yeah. You'll be seeing more of that later, but the first thing that really caught my eye is the high quality voice acting in this game. But in this comprehensive overview video, we'll be talking about gameplay. We're talking about PvP, we're going to be talking about event quest, how free to play Alchemist Code actually is, some general knowledge sharing, and a general overview or summary at the end of the video. So let's get to the gameplay first. Alright, so Alchemist Code is actually a strategy RPG game. The word strategy actually means something here, even though at the end of the day, Alchemist Code is still an auto game because it's a mobile game, and having auto settings is just part of mobile games right now since they are trying to appeal to people on the move. But let me share with you guys some of the few things about the gameplay that's very interesting here about Alchemist Code. So the first thing about Alchemist Code is that the height factor in the units actually plays a part. You actually see on the screen right now, I'm trying to say here. But basically units that have high jump stat, as you can see on Lucen here, if it's on his Beast Tamer, he has a jump stat of 4. He's actually able to maneuver from a terrain of height 0. You'll be labeled in the map itself when your unit is standing on a certain tile on the map. And you can see on screen as well that if you're on height 0, you actually cannot attack a target that is on height 2. You can attack the leading height. For example, 0 can attack height 1, height 1 can attack height 2, so on and so forth. But a height 0 unit cannot actually attack a height 2, basically more than +1 of the terrain that is currently at. So that's something that plays to the strategy part of the game. And this is actually inclusive of AoE skills. And for those who actually watched my first video about a quick sharing of Alchemist Code, I did mention that Alchemist Code's strategy part of the game is actually better done compared to War of Crown, because in War of Crown, the height actually doesn't matter. AoE skills will actually still be able to hit targets at height of, let's say, 3, even if you're using it from height 0. And War of Crown, does have some height mechanics, which is just bonus damage whenever you're attacking from a higher height. So aside from that, the skills are all quite nice, as you can see right at the start of this video. And there are back attacks, and there are actually many buffs and debuffs present in the game. Like some classes have skills like Overclock. If you have a Chronomancer job, you have skills like Overclock that allows you to grant a friendly unit another turn even though his turn has already been used. So other debuffs like Stun don't actually work like how they do more commonly in any other game, wherein you just totally disrupt the movement and action of a certain unit. And Alchemist Code Stun merely cancels any charging, for example, AoE skills or spellcasting skills in this game by mages. For example, I have a Vein Kiss here. She's a mage. Her abilities, her spellcasting abilities, for example, Firebolt, they actually take some time to charge. So you can actually disrupt a spellcaster's spell by stunning them. For example, there's Silence, there's Dazing, many buffs and debuffs coming into play as well. So gameplay wise, strategy wise, Alchemist Code is not like putting the RPG tag along to the game for fun. But ultimately, if you have really strong units, for I would say the general content in the game, you can actually auto them. Most of the events, even at the highest difficulty, you can actually auto. But when it comes to the hardest difficulty for events, for example, Call of the Scarlet Flame, recently just released hard. I would say your first try, if you try to auto it and you do not know what's up, you'll actually get destroyed. So the strategy part still comes into play for the latest content, the hardest content, and definitely you'll want to actually turn on your manual mode and actually control your units yourself instead of leaving it to the AI, even though the AI is not too shabby as well. Okay, let's move on to PvP here, which is the arena. I believe we have multiplayer battle in the future, as you can see here. That will be very, very interesting, but for now, arena is available. So the problem with arena right now, straight up, is that it is automated. I would say that multiplayer arena you should be able to control. That makes a lot more sense, since multiplayer in Alchemist Code itself is also, you cannot actually auto multiplayer in Alchemist Code for event quests, but for arena right now, your own arena is actually automated. So let me just show you the arena itself, and let me tell you what I feel about arena. So the first thing that happened recently with the new patch is that they actually changed the arena map. So the arena map actually changes over time through patches, bear that in mind. So the previous map is actually a lot bigger. It's a lot more balanced. It actually condones a variety of competitions. But look at this, straight away, look at how close. Look at how close this map is. You can straight up go ham and attack a target from the start. In the previous arena map, you actually needed to move at least 2 or 3 turns, even with very, very mobile units that will actually be required of you. So I would say that this map actually favors units that are really fast. I don't know why many mobile games in arena, speed, in Summoner Wars, in Seven Knights, speed is always something. So, melee units like Logi, Diaz, Vettel. Even though the Vettel actually moved quite fast. Yep, he actually destroyed my Lucian. But you can see that it's a brawl right from the beginning. And I believe a lot of people are using Vettel right now, but not the Magic Swordsman Vettel. So basically, I got wrecked here, and when the arena first reset, it was actually flooded with like many sniper drop classes or gunner classes who can actually shoot you from where they spawn. And for mini classes like Logi, you actually will not be able to make it there before you die. And obviously, the range units are not slow either. They're actually pretty fast. I would say they actually get to move first sometimes. Sometimes they can move second. And obviously, the equipment, the gear that you use matters. But basically, right now, the arena map, I'm not very, very pleased with the arena map. I feel that it's a little bit unbalanced, but it is what it is. And ultimately, arena is really not such a big deal in the game, in the sense that you're actually doing it to complete daily missions. I'll come to that later, but every day you have a bunch of daily missions, and doing 3 arenas is part of it. I've cleared all my daily missions right now. You can see the reward for clearing your daily missions is immense, 250 energy here. You can see I'm actually not using it yet, but later I'll be using, I think I might be using it in case I need more stamina / energy here to show you guys some things. But yeah, so arena is mainly, for me right now, you need to do 3 times for your daily missions, and they have an arena coin shop that have some useful stuff here and there. It updates every 4 hours. I would say that I've actually never purchased anything from the arena shop so far, but I have 500 coins saved up. And sometimes you'll see unit shots and drop tokens, which is not really a big deal. You can actually get them pretty easily. So I haven't seen anything in the arena shop that is like really, really good. So if you're not doing well in arena, do not be bothered by it, since arena for now, at least before multiplayer arena is released, is just, for me, in my opinion, the completion of the daily missions, which you can get, I believe, gold ingot once you complete 3 arena every day. The other thing about arena is that you'll notice that I actually cannot go straight into an arena battle. I have to wait 2 minutes. So you can't actually just go ham, I want to do arena all the way. Like, I want to do all my 3 arenas straight up. So the game have a bunch of mechanics that keeps you playing for, I would say, at least half an hour. The other one that you have, which is part of the daily missions, is you need to summon 5 times every day. And they do give you a total of 5 free summons, which is spaced out by, I believe, 10 minutes. Yeah, 10 minutes duration, which is under the normal summon. As you can see, free draws left 0, 0. So they give you 5 every day, and I believe they are separated by 10 minutes. So the game actually keeps you playing for 50 minutes in that sense. But obviously, you don't have to sit through the 50 minutes all the way. But if you just want to go ham and finish your daily missions, you can just use go and summon anyway. So it's just that you have free draws, 5 free draws every day to do your daily missions if you do not want to actually spend any resources to complete that part of the daily quest. But yeah. So the next part that we'll go into is actually the event quest. So I would say that Alchemist Code is largely interesting, or kept interesting for players, whether you're free to play, whether you're a dolphin like me, or whether you're a whale. I will say that the events that will be always updated, I believe, you know, collaborations, event quests, that kind of stuff. Right now we have Scarlet, or Core of the Scarlet Flame, which is basically Chloe's storyline, which is very interesting because it actually gives you some backstory to the units in the game. Let me show you from here. And you actually have a bunch of cutscenes that you can actually replay via the replay story tab, as you can see there. And then you go to event quest, you can look at Core of the Scarlet Flame. I've done on X right now, and I can show you a short part of the Act 3 cutscene, which I believe is really nice, since, you know, while the VA is not like, they do not read the full dialogue, you know, but the, you know, the Sugoi, it's actually very good. You'll hear it later. If you're an anime fan, you will love it. Again, the voice acting, I would say, is pretty good. In fact, it's really good. Like I said, there's no dialogue, but you can see there's, like, you know, short bursts of sound effects, or anime effects, as I'll put it. And here you get to know more about Chloe, which I believe is given as a free unit once you complete all the event quests. I believe, if I'm not wrong. Yep, they actually give you a free Chloe. Or is it some milestone related thing? Some checklist thing, if I'm not wrong. There you go. You have that Craigasm moment right there. So you can see that Chloe actually, you know, or rather Captain Vettel actually inspires her. And yeah. I believe there are some gamers out there, right? I know it's a minority, you know, everybody skip dialogues in MMOs or games, much less a mobile game, right? Who has time see, I said something wrong. Who has time to read and listen to all these things, right? But in any case, I really think that it's a small detail put into the game that I do appreciate. Yep, and as I said just now, it gives you some nice backstory to the units in the game, and that's really cool. Aside from how, you know, the storyline between Logi, Diaz, and how everything has gone is it's alright. Yeah, we're gonna skip through this now. But basically, the entire Alchemist Code storyline so far is a little bit like Naruto. Even though Alchemist Code, most people will actually say that it's more akin to, you know, Full Metal Alchemist, but I really think it's more closer to Naruto. Like Logi is Naruto and Diaz is Sasuke, and, you know, one it's about bonds, friendships, and then Diaz is all about hatred, using the power of hatred to overcome adversity and taking on the blame to himself to try and change the world. So that was a spoiler-free, I think, sharing. But yeah, so event quests are actually a huge part of the game, and yep, you can see they have an event tab under milestones wherein you'll complete a bunch of quests, and they will give you a lot of rewards. I've completed all the Act 1, Act 2, I believe Act 3 quest for the Core of the Scarlet Flame, and for this one they actually give you a gear, which is the Dazzling Blade. I've actually gotten it to 4 stars here, and if I continue to complete the milestones, I'll be able to get more dazzling sword shards. And then, you know, if you have a Chloe that you're actually investing into, there's actually a crystal break ability. Look at that, Chloe only ability, and I can actually evolve it to 5 stars once you get 100 dazzling sword shards, which is why I mentioned that event quests, especially for free-to-play players, I feel is definitely the way for you to focus on the game, to actually progress in the game. And regarding that, you will definitely use a lot of energy / stamina. As you can see, the event quests themselves take up 30. So even the ones where you have to do everything like Gold Rush for gold in the game, pretty important, it's also 30. But I can tell you straight away that in this game you will not be energy starved unless you're like staying there for, you know, 3 to 4 hours playing the game. Especially in the beginning, you'll find that you'll always have too much energy. In any case, you can actually watch advertisement to get 80 energy every day, and that's 400 energy from the 5 ads that you watch, which I do watch just to support the game, I guess. And I need the energy, so it's a win-win, I guess. And then 400 plus 250, that's 650. And then when you complete, I believe, some hard mode quests in arena, you get like 100 to 150 more. So every day you actually get around 750 to 800 energy. So you don't really find yourself to be energy starved for the meta. So don't worry about that. Which brings us to the free-to-play ability of this game. So to be honest with you, I've actually spent I've bought both the Black Friday bundles, and I bought the, you know, the 30-day jam package, this one, which is, you know, a thing in all mobile games nowadays, because I feel that it is the most worthwhile thing to buy, especially if you're a dolphin. So a dolphin is basically you're not a whale, but you spend moderately in the game and you spend on the deals in the game that are very really good. That's what I mean by a dolphin, right? As I mentioned, I think a while ago. So I actually enjoy this game overall, but okay, let's go back to free-to-play ability, alright? So for free-to-play players, you definitely have to do events, but it is not that easy to... I will say that for now, I mean for mobile games nowadays, if you're a full free-to-play player, you kind of have to just accept that you will never be able to compete with like the top 10. Even though I believe in some games you can actually do it, like in Seven Nights. I believe I have full free-to-play players reaching Master Arena regularly after they have spent about a year-ish in the game, so it takes a very long time for you to get started. But in any case, a lot of these units, 5-star units for example, like Lofia, which is I believe AS grade water elemental unit, you can actually farm her unit shards in the future. And for those who do not know, level 85 is the max level or max living break level of a unit. So you can see that my best units, which is Lofia, Lucian 67, 63, it's gonna be very very tough to get to 85. And you really need to get lucky when you're doing a 500 gem summon. If not, you know, Logi, the main character, you can actually farm their shards right now and make sure you do so. It's very important to get your 6 Logi unit shards every day, and then hopefully you get him to level 85. I believe Logi, which is the main protagonist, is a good unit. So in that sense, since Logi is a free unit and you can definitely get him to level 85, yeah, it is still, you know, possible for free-to-play players to progress. And ultimately, if you find yourself having difficulty trying to clear the storyline milestones, which gives you a lot of Logi shards, a lot of DS shards, a lot of help in progression in the game in terms of apples, items, gems and everything, you can actually add friends and you can hire your friends as mercenaries to help you progress in the game. So definitely do that, since especially when you're trying to clear, you know, storyline stages, when your level is not really high, especially when it comes to chapter 1, episode 5, Act 1 onwards, it's gonna be a little bit tougher. Make sure you add friends up. And ultimately, the most important thing in this game, which is now me moving into general knowledge of the game, is that you must do your daily missions every day. Why? Because your max level for your unit, so you can actually limit break a unit to, let's say, /85, but the max level that a unit can go to is determined by the max level of your account. So my max level for my account right now is level 71, which means that I cannot, even though my max level, you know, limit break for my Logi is 77 right now, I cannot get my Logi to 77 unless my account level is 77. So you make sure you do your milestone, your daily missions every day. They give you a great source of account EXP. And by completing the story, you can see I completed everything for my storyline milestone so far, all the way up to chapter 1, episode 5, act 3. That they will bring you, they will give you enough EXP to bring you to at least account level 60 to 65, depending on how long you played the game. I played the game for about 3 weeks, so with all the EXP and 3 weeks worth of daily missions, I've reached about level 71. And obviously, you want to get to level 85. I have a bunch of friends that are level 80-ish already. Brave Theory level 83 and Chaos Black level 82. I believe these two players have been playing since the soft launch, so that's why they are ahead. In any case, make sure you do all your daily missions. And the next thing I'll talk about is about whether you need to reroll and about the tier list. So take the tier list with a pinch of salt, because a lot of the units mentioned in the tier list which are good are actually good because of certain jobs that they have. For example, for Lofia, her second job, Enchanter, is okay, but what you really want to go for is a Chronomancer, which is really hard because that means that you have to limit break her 15 times, which means she needs to be at least level 75 to become a Chronomancer. But as a magic swordsman, she's actually really good already. That's why she's like S, because she doesn't need like all the limit break to get there. And obviously, as I mentioned just now, you can actually get Lofia unit shots in the future. There'll be a hard mode map for you to get her unit shots. So take the tier list with a pinch of salt and make sure you understand why a unit is actually there. Sometimes it's not the first job, sometimes it's the second job. So from the tier list comes to about re-rolling, right? So if you're a free-to-play player, like if you don't want to spend any money in the game, you just want to progress the game, make sure you have at least 2 4-star units that are good in the tier list. I would say that should be very important. I actually didn't re-roll and I kind of regretted it, but since I really want to make sure that I have this, having gone through it, I want to be able to experience what it feels like to not re-roll. So If you're a full free-to-play player, re-rolling is very important here. Make sure you get at least 2 4-star unit in the pool. In your first 500 gen summon, like maybe a Lofia and a Lucian or something, so that you can actually find yourself having 2 units. I believe 2 good units in the game will help you progress through all the initial storyline quests and an initial event quests in the game. And once you've done that, that's then it's all a different ballgame. It's how you get the unit shots for them in the future. So bear in mind that if you're an FTP player, make sure you get that at least 2 4-star units that are decent. Alright, so let's move on to a summary of Alchemist Code in the end. I think that if you're looking for a game that have great voice acting, you're looking for an SRPG game on a mobile device, I highly recommend Alchemist Code. I'm having a blast so far, and I like the small details that they put into the game, the voice acting, the mini cutscenes, the storyline is pretty good, even though it's pretty cliche if you watch anime. But overall, I think this game is pretty fun, and just a fair warning here, the game is actually, as I mentioned in my first video about Alchemist Code, is that Alchemist Code is actually quite slow, and slow is not a bad thing, because a lot of mobile games right now, they make you feel good in the beginning, and then you realize that because they make you feel good fast, even though you're a free player, that means that you realize that paying players will be able to pay a lot to be very, very powerful very fast, and that means that the player base actually doesn't sustain because you actually reach the end game too fast. For whales, they usually just spend a lot of money in the game. They just want to get the best things in the game really, really fast. And then once they've done so, and once they've seen the light, that there's something beyond that, they just stop playing, and then the player base will be gone, and then there's something to hold them back. But this game, as I mentioned, account level is something that I don't think you can actually purchase, even though, yeah, you can't actually go account level. So you can have a max, you can spend like $10,000 summoning, you can have all the MLB, max limit break units in the game. But if your account level is not 85, you can't get them to 85. So that's one thing that holds them back. And as I said, the arena is not that important right now. And I think the most important thing about Alchemist Code is that they encourage cooperation between players with the multiplayer mode, in which if you actually host the multiplayer room, or if you actually join a multiplayer room, you only use half the energy that's required to run them. For example, the advanced or the master level or the hardest version of the event quest usually take 30 stamina. If you actually host yourself, I believe, if I'm not wrong, correct me if I'm wrong, you actually use half the stamina. So it encourages people to host rooms, but just know that multiplayer mode is manual, you cannot actually auto. So it's not for everybody, but if you want to actually make full use of the stamina, multiplayer mode is one thing. And obviously, as I mentioned just now, it encourages people to cooperate and play together for the most part. So try to find 3 friends to play with you. If you have a team of 4, that's amazing. If not, I think that's it for this quick video about Alchemist Code. I hope you enjoyed it. If you do, leave a like. There'll be more videos like this coming up. I believe the next game that I'll be talking about is Iris M. That one will be a sponsored video. This one is not a sponsored video. I've been playing this game myself, therefore I'm making this video on my own accord. Just want to share with you guys. For those who are interested about Alchemist Code, what I actually feel about the game, whether you want to actually dive into the game and that kind of stuff. But yeah, if you're looking for friends, if you're looking for a community to actually play mobile games, any MMO together, I'm looking at Path of Exile, 8th of December, War for the Atlas, Black Desert Online Southeast Asia next year, January, and any other game on Star Underworld, all that kind of stuff. I have a Discord community, links in the description below. We have text channels for games, for Alchemist Code, for Seven Nights, for any game that I'm actually, looking into. So you can go check out our Discord community, a bunch of positive people here. If you need friends, go check it out. My Twitch stream, I stream every day, twitch.tv/Kazu Aikawa. Links again in the description below. Check it out as well. If not, that's it from me. Name has been AikawaKazu. Thanks for watching once again. God bless, and I'll see you guys and girls in the next video. Bye bye.